One of the biggest reasons you feel exhausted has nothing to do with how much you're doing. It has everything to do with how unsafe your nervous system feels slowing down. And most women never realize this because you've been taught to look at energy only through sleep, food, hormones, supplements, and productivity. But almost no one teaches women this hidden nervous system rule. Your body cannot fully restore itself while it believes it must remain emotionally on. And if you don't change this, you can spend years trying to optimize your energy, fixing your routines, chasing motivations, and improving your health while your nervous system quietly burns through your internal resources every single day. Because exhaustion is not always physical. Sometimes it's at the cost of chronic emotional vigilance. I remember speaking with a woman who said, I don't understand why I'm so tired all the time. And on paper, she was doing everything right, eating well, working out, taking supplements, getting decent sleep. But when we started talking deeper, I noticed something. She never fully relaxed, ever. Even while resting, her mind was scanning, thinking, anticipating, preparing, managing. She was constantly checking on everyone, thinking ahead, emotionally carrying situations, mentally organizing life for everyone around her. And this is something many women don't even notice they're doing because it becomes automatic. You become the emotional manager, the planner, the holder, the anticipator. You walk into a room and unconsciously assess everyone's energy. You notice tension immediately. You monitor people's moods. You think ahead to avoid problems before they happen. And over time, your nervous system stays in a subtle state of hypervigilance. Not panic, not crisis, just constant low grade alertness. And the problem is that the body does not heal deeply in alertness. Even if you look calm externally, this is why so many women wake up tired. I do this actual really cool HRV, heart rate variability exercise, when I go on my trade shows, where I hook up people to this HRV monitor. You just put it around your ear and then you just breathe normally, and it actually assesses your HRV. Now, some people are so surprised that internally they are so stressed. Their HRV is not smooth, it's very jaggedy, raggedy, and it's very raggedy and it's very fast. Then I just teach them a couple of breathing techniques, very to help them slow down, and then they notice how much more calmer they feel, and they have the HRV to prove it. So, going back to why some women wake up tired, because it's not because they didn't sleep well or they had a poor sleep, but because their nervous system didn't fully power down. And many women have become so accustomed to carrying invisible emotional labor, they don't even realize how much energy it's costing them. So, what I invite you to do is to stop confusing being needed with being connected, because many women unconsciously feel safest when they are useful. I actually had a podcast guest come on my show, and she talked about how one of her earliest memories of her mom was when she was just standing around the kitchen, she would ask her, "Hey, make yourself useful, do something useful." So many women, unconsciously, we feel safe when we are useful, when we're needed, when we're helpful, when we are available and responsible. So your nervous system becomes attached to monitoring that and being connected to that. But connection and over responsibility are not the same thing. You do not have to carry emotionally everyone around you, right? In order to be loved. And this is where energy leaks begin, because every time you over monitor, over help, over anticipate, over hold on, your nervous system stays activated. Your body keeps preparing for this responsibility, even during moments that you are supposed to feel restorative. And eventually you become so physically exhausted from emotional overfunctioning that sometimes the most healing thing you can ask yourself is, what would happen if I stopped carrying what was never mine to hold? How powerful is that? What would happen if I stopped carrying what was never mine to hold. Your body needs moments where nothing is being demanded from you. Most women rest physically while remaining mentally and emotionally on. And there's a difference. You can be sitting on the couch while your nervous system is still working overtime, right? Have you experienced that? Planning tomorrow, thinking about work, replaying conversations in your head, managing everyone emotionally in your head. That's not restoration. That's mental continuation. Your nervous system needs moments where nothing is expected from you, nothing is needed from you, nothing is being solved by you. This is one reason breathwork can feel so emotional for women, because for a few moments, the body experiences what it feels like to stop performing, to stop managing, to stop anticipating, to simply exist. And for many women, that feels so unfamiliar, even uncomfortable at first. Because your nervous system has adapted to constant engagement. This is why intentional down regulation practices matter. Not just distraction, not scrolling, not no TV, not vegging out, actual nervous system recovery. Even something as simple as placing one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach, and just extending your exhales slower and deeper than usual. This can actually begin interrupting that body's stress cycle, because long exhales communicate there is no immediate danger right now. And many women desperately need more moments where their body feels this message. Another thing I'd love to discuss with you is that energy is deeply connected to emotional boundaries. Wouldn't you agree? This is something most women, myself, never been taught. Every boundary you ignore, your nervous system registers. Every time you say yes when your body really means no, or maybe a not now, your system registers it. Every time you override exhaustion, you push through resentment or suppress your needs, your body spends energy managing the internal conflict. And over time, that becomes draining. This is why so many women feel tired after certain conversations, environments, or even relationships, because your nervous system is constantly adapting itself around misalignment. Your body is working hard to maintain emotional survival. And many women think burnout only comes from overload. Well, that's not true. Sometimes burnout comes from chronic self-abandonment, from constantly betraying your own internal signs and signals. This is why boundaries are not just psychological, they are biological. A regulated nervous system needs honesty, congruence, safety, permission to say no. Not now. I need rest. I need support. I can't carry this today. And the more your external life aligns with your internal truth, the less energy your body wastes surviving itself. I think one of the saddest things is that so many women believe they need better time management, when actually what they need is nervous system safety, because you cannot truly restore yourself while your body believes it must constantly stay emotionally available to survive. And maybe your exhaustion is not a sign that you're weak. Maybe it's a sign that your body has been carrying too much for too long, too much responsibility, too much emotional labor, too much vigilance, too much pressure to hold everything together for everyone around you. And healing is not always about doing more. Sometimes healing is learning how to soften, how to receive, how to stop over caring, and how to let your nervous system finally exhale. Because your body was never designed to live in constant emotional alertness. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your energy is stop trying to be everything for everyone and come back home to yourself. And if this resonates deeply with you, or maybe someone that you can think about when I've share this information with you. This is exactly why I'm so passionate about nervous system regulation and particularly breath work for women. Because real energy doesn't come only from pushing harder, it comes from creating that internal safety. So your body no longer has to spend every day surviving, but thriving, because thriving is the new hustle. So let's thrive by gifting ourselves these moments to pause and to actually set some boundaries that respect our time.